Nissan has not been doing too well in the Indian market, and that is primarily because the products they've been offering were not exciting enough. But now they are catching on with the requirements of the market, and as a result launching the brand new Magnite. The Magnite then is the sub 4 meter SUV which will take on the likes of the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, the Hyundai Venue, the Kia Sonet and the Ford EcoSport, apart from a plethora of other options. So how is the car to drive? We are just going to find out. But before that, do remember to subscribe to the Auto Today YouTube channel and press that little bell icon so that you get notified every time we go live with a brand new video. The Magnite comes with a rather aggressive design. The headlamps are sleek and in between sits the rather large grille. Now to begin with, this grille was envisaged as a Datsun grille. However, in this Nissan Avatar, it looks really smart. The bumpers house the DRLs and the fog lights. It will also be apt to mention here that the entire front end of the Magnite comes with LED lighting technology. The bumpers also come with skid plates and contrasting colors which add to the look of the car. The Magnite also boasts a rather substantial 205mm of ground clearance. The SUV uses 16-inch diamond cut alloys which look good. The roof rails on the other hand are not just for looks but can bear 50 kg weights as well. At the back, the sharp design continues to impress. The bold Magnite lettering on the tailgate, the sporty spoiler and the two-tone paint sure grab eyeballs. Now inside, the Magnite is rather interesting. The first thing which gave me a lot of hope is the amount of space this car offers. There's a lot of headroom, there's a lot of room in the footwells, and overall it's a nice place to be. The other thing which I like is the dashboard design. Now there are multiple textures used on the dash which give it a very nice look. But what is more impressive is this infotainment system. Now it's slightly angled towards the driver, a very European touch, and it offers a lot of features. Wireless Android and Apple CarPlay are one of those. But what I also like is the driving eco function which actually rates your driving. Now I've seen this function on Renaults in the past and Nissan have got it too. And what it does is helps you make a better driver. So if you want more efficiency from the car, it will guide you on how to do it. Then right below that is the climate control system which is again operable via toggle buttons. Toggle buttons are the new craze and I like them out here. Right below that we have a nice little pad out here which is essentially for your smartphone. It also offers wireless charging and there's a button here to switch on and off. Right below again more storage space around the gear lever, and also there's a USB charging port out here. Cup holders found aplenty, and there's also a nice little armrest here. Instrument panel, now that's an interesting bit. It's an all digital affair and it's very quirky to look at. Now generally you have large numbers and textures, but here it's all about color. It's fancy colors, bright blues and grays, so it's very interesting to look at. And even the welcome insignia, very interesting. Steering wheel adjustable, comes with airbags and steering mounted controls. So overall the front end of the Nissan Magnite is a very nice place to be. Now being a sub 4 meter SUV, the biggest challenge for any manufacturer is to offer a lot of space at the back, and I'm happy to report that the Nissan Magnite sure impresses. The first thing, there's a lot of room in the front and there's a lot of headroom up on top, and inside when you sit you have a nice armrest to keep your arms on, and of course there's another armrest out here. The windows are large and overall the view around is very clear, and I don't feel claustrophobic inside this cabin at all. What I also like is the fact that it's got a nice armrest and a nice little slot here where you can see my phone is kept. It's nicely kept here, and I also get 2 cup holders. Nissan is also offering a rear AC vent and a 12-volt charging socket for your mobile phones. So overall, as far as space is concerned, it's a really nice place to be. So we've already told you that the interiors of the Magnite is rather spacious, but what is impressive is the boot. 336 liters of cargo space is available here, and it's a nice deep recess which is very useful, no intrusions out here. And what is even better is that it comes with a 60-40 split seat, and this means it becomes more versatile. It's also got nice hangers at the back so you can tie down your luggage. So overall, lot of space inside the car, be it inside the cabin or in the boot. Nissan is offering the Magnite with a choice of two engines, both 1 liters. While one is a normal 1 liter engine, the other is a turbocharged petrol engine, and that's the one we are driving today. The turbo offers 100 bhp and 160 Newton meters of torque. Nissan is also offering a choice of two gearboxes, the first being a 5-speed manual transmission and then the CVT. Much like what we have seen in other small turbocharged petrol cars, the Nissan Magnite 2 feels a bit vibey at idle. However, things get much better on the move. The engine offers a lot of power and it comes in fast, thus acceleration is brisk. The Magnite also benefits from its rather light weight, and this means that the performance is good. The CVT also surprised us quite a bit. The rubber band effect is much curtailed, and though the engine revs quickly to above 4000 rpm, the change in ratio happens quick, and thereafter in comes the acceleration. With the manual transmission, things get even better as the engine revs up fast with downshifts, and power delivery is quicker too. The gearbox feels slick and shifts are short. The only downside then is the slightly heavy clutch. It's not actually the clutch, but I think the spring action which is a slightly heavy. The Magnite is a rather fun to drive car, and the suspension has been tuned in sync. Sure, there's a bit of body roll around corners, but overall it is fun. The only downside to the package is the fact that the Magnite feels a bit under-tired. Slightly larger tires could have helped the compact SUV become even more fun to drive. Bump absorption, on the other hand, is good, and we like the way the vehicle tackled the ruts and the bumps on Indian roads. Downside? Yes, there's a bit of noise emanating from our car, and that involves the suspension only. Last but not the least, the steering feels slightly on the heavier side and is good on feedback. So overall, the trend is towards making the Magnite a fun to drive car. So what's the verdict? Nissan's Magnite is a rather fun to drive car, and we expect the company to wage a price war in the market. We expect the Magnite to be priced around the rupees 10 lakh mark for the top variant, and that's ex-showroom. So simply priced right, the Magnite will be the compact SUV to watch out for, and could very well take Nissan to the next level.